everybody, it's Frogmite and Knight for the Pracbud Contest number 2, and that's the game number 2 of the final. So it's a game between slwen. We will play Terran at the bottom of the map in green, and Colossus will play Protoss in blue on the top of the map, Shakuras Plateau. So Knight, what can you say about this game after seeing the first one?
Well, at the moment, slwen is leading the series by 1-0, and he's playing quite well.
So he won the first game on the map Crevasse, and it's a best of 3, so here's the game number 2. Colossus is playing Protoss, and now he's behind his opponent, so he needs to win this game. He needs to do something to come back in this final, and he will first put his gateway. Here it is, the first one. So in the first game we saw that slwen was doing some ghost quite early game, and he successfully pushed his opponent back. So only with Marines and Ghost he succeeded in defending his base.
But the game was quite even, and even though Colossus is silver and slwen is platinum, the games are quite even at the moment.
Yeah, and here is the probe of Colossus. So we can say, so he scouted here, firstly on the bottom left of the map, but on this map, in fact, if you play 1v1 you cannot spawn in directly in front of your opponent's base, so it's only cross position, so it can avoid you scouting time wasted. By the way, here is the probe inside the base, and you will see that it's the same build as the first game. The Terran making his gas at 13 pop, then going for a command center, so you can very early put a tech lab on the barracks, either to make ghost or to research steam pack. And the probe is gone.
Cybernetic score about to finish for Protoss.
Yeah.
And another barrack started for Terran.
Here it is, the barrack, second barrack started for slwen. He is now making marauders. We didn't see any marauders in the first game, so now he's changing. He's changing his way of play, and he will try marauders. And one more barrack for slwen. He tries to be maybe a bit more aggressive than the first game.
One more gate for Protoss also.
Yeah.
He took the second gas.
About to finish, and 2 gas for the Protoss, and he's pumping out the units. 1 sentry and 1 zealot just to defend here on this choke, and 1 more sentry just to make force field in this early game to defend the early push. And warp gate researched. So here it is, more marauders for slwen. He's working his timing.
If he's going for Marauder heavy, he should get his concussion shell.
Yeah, and he is just getting now concussive shell. But
started.
It's very strange for a Terran with few units like that. Yeah, just basically the Terran waits for steam pack to be ready before pushing. But he just started his steam pack just now. So I think he will wait steam pack to finish before going to attack his opponent. The SCV is here, scouting, patrolling to scout a possible B2 here, but he won't only see the pylon here.
4 sentries for Protoss and 1 zealot.
Yeah, he will try to push maybe with this one, or maybe just defend his choke there because he wants to expand early. And we can see that he got enough mineral to expand now. He got 500 and 5 sentries now. He's doing a lot of sentry in this early game. And he's warping Zealots.
He did not go for an expansion.
No, not yet. He saw the SCV now. He will kill the SCV. So will he go for expansion now? And the probe, yeah, put the expansion. So it's the timing now for the Protoss to maybe see what he's doing his opponent, but that's a lot of Marauders here. And Medivac is researching. So I think he can push very soon. Yeah, he's pushing now. slwen for this game number 2. He's putting his expand now as well. A bit later than his Protoss opponent. But this viable here, there's a lot of Marauders and he will push out. But the Protoss is also pushing out there. But he got a lot of Zealots, but...
The probe will scout that the push is coming.
Yeah. But the... And now the troops are going on the Xel'Naga and they are going to attack now the Bubble of the Terran. There is a lot of Marauders, they can do a lot of damage because here we got a lot of sentries, so you can really force field here the choke and really divide the army in two. And here they are, Marauders, they have and the first force field here. You see, he will lose one probe though, but he's very reactive, he's waiting his opponent. He's making a lot of sentries, so he's holding off his opponent down the choke. But I think maybe just a little bit of steam pack here, he can really do some damage. But I think he's afraid of the force field, so he's just...
Yeah, it will be wasted if he takes the stim pack, and with the force field he cannot go in.
Yeah, because you cannot really kite the Zealots if... You see there's a lot of Zealots, so you cannot really kite if there is force field. You cannot really run away from the Zealots. And a Ghost Academy for slwen, who is going again for Ghost. And the Bubble is moving, but stay downstairs the base of the Protoss, who is mining now on his expo. And he's going for mass Zealot sentry. He's not making any single stalker. And he's looking for charge. And here they are, the first shoot of the Marauders.
No, he's just poking in.
Yeah.
He don't want to attack. Otherwise, this was a good time to go in with the
I
stim.
think he's waiting maybe for the Ghost to come. And there are some Ghosts researching now. So maybe he's waiting for the Ghost to do some EMP on the sentries and then attack.
Nukes.
And a nuke. But he did a nuke on the first game, he didn't use it. Let's hope he will use it in this second game.
2 more gateways for Protoss and a Templar Archive.
Archons.
What is making Archons? Oh yes.
He's making 2 Archons that are very useful against biological units, but I think it's better to keep your High Templar to use maybe 1 or 2 Storms, and then when they got no more energy you merge them as Archons, because even though they make a lot of damage against biologic units. Oh, you see the Terran, he split his army because I think he's afraid of the storm, but he didn't see there are Archons, there are no High Templar anymore. And the Ghost is here, and the Ghost have EMP ready. So I think it's good timing now to push. He's bringing more units, and here is the Ghost. But the Ghost
alone is going.
Doesn't have the cloak. Oh, and that's a very nice EMP, but there is... But the sentry got all of their energy then. He's just poking. He's just poking. Maybe he should have need like 1 more EMP because there were a lot of sentries here. And here they are. Steam pack, very good force field of the Protoss, and the Terran will lose half of his army here on this push. Very good force field from the Protoss. And now the Terran, look, he's losing all his units now, and now he's coming back home. Very difficult, and there are 4 Archons running after the Marauders, and even with very good kiting from slwen, he cannot do much because the Zealots got charged. Oh, now it will be difficult.
Oh,
But what a very good defense from the Protoss.
yeah, I think he is far ahead now. Protoss
He
is far
played
ahead.
very well this one. He really cut his opponent's attack in 2 groups. And he's going for Archons. You don't see them a lot.
Both of them are quite high on money.
Yeah, but he just have, I think, like 2 barracks.
3. That's it.
Let me see.
And he started 2 more, so he will have 5 barracks.
Alright.
And
Yeah, 2 more barracks for the Terran. But you look at all these armies, that's a lot of Archons. 6 Archons. What can do this small Bible here? And there is no medivac, anything, no tanks. So it will be very hard for the Bible. Yeah, look. And the charge of
That's
Zealots
GG.
and the Archons is very difficult to counter for the Terran.
oh,
Yeah, he will lose.
nice
Oh,
force
very nice force field here. He's blocking the Terran in his base, and now he will lose his expand for sure. And I think, oh, that's a nuke.
defensive nuke.
He's
It's
sending a
defensive
nuke. But the Protoss won't take this nuke. He saw it.
It's Terran who took the nuke. Wow.
And here is the nuke. Very defensive nuke. But it didn't do much damage on the Protoss army. We're still here. And now he doesn't have anything else. Quite. He's in very bad shape now. And the Protoss is inside the base. And he's destroying everything. That's, I think, the GG for the
Yes,
Terran.
GG.
Here it is. GG for the Terran. And Colossus is coming back in this game. 1-1. So let's keep
So the
tuned for
finals
game
will
number
be
3.
interesting.
Yeah, very nice play from both players, especially the force field here to defend the choke. Really damaged all the Terran army, and then he got time to make Archons, and the push was very deadly. Okay, Knight, thank you
let's
for
move on to
casting this
third
game,
game.
and let's watch this game number 3 of the Pracbud final number 2 for the contest number 2. See you,
Okay,
Knight.
see you.
Bye.